loves. Welcome to my rooftop. Today's video, I'm filming the roof of the building, and I'm so excited. I've always wanted to film up here. This has been the dream, just having a beautiful, gorgeous outdoor area to make content on, and it's finally come true, and I'm so happy about it. So I'm really happy to be chatting with you guys up here today. So today's video is all about how you are allowed to have moments where you feel like you are doubting everything that you've been working hard towards. And when that doubt creeps in, it doesn't mean anything. Doubt means nothing. Doubt means nothing. Doubt is technically, at the end of the day, a choice. And that might sound weird, okay? That might sound weird. But when you really break it down, where does doubt come from? When you're working hard towards something and you are feeling really good about it, and then you have a few days where you start to feel really negative about it. Maybe a way that you felt about it in the past, stuff like that. What does that make you feel inside? Thank you. Okay, so doubt. Let's say that you have been on a roll with believing in yourself. And you've been killing it. You've been doing so well. All of your goals you've been hitting all your goals. You've been feeling in a really nice, balanced, but empowered state of mind. And everything is going great. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, you have a few days where things just feel really unlucky. Or you start to go back into old negative thought patterns and you start to doubt everything you worked for. Maybe you start to say, oh man, I had a day where I felt really insecure. What does that mean? I thought I was over that. Or you start to just doubt your dreams altogether. Maybe you really fall backwards. Maybe you fall completely into an old mindset, and that can really mess with your head. Well, I want to let you know that doubt has no control over you. And doubt of your luck, doubt of your success, and doubt of where you're going only has power over you if you let it. But that being said, it doesn't mean that doubt is never going to be there. It will come up. These feelings like to resurface, especially when you actually start to change your life and grow and evolve and change as a person in a drastic way. Those little doubtful things in reality will start to pop up, and they're gonna mess with your mind. This has happened to me with some of my content in terms of traffic and how much reach my content would get or whatever. I was in such a confident space, and then I started noticing I was getting less traffic and less reach on my content. And in the past, I would really let it get to me. I would get in my head, I would be like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. It's my energy that's wrong, or my frequency, or the type of content, or how did I mess up? Now when that happens, I say, okay, this is a moment where something old from the past is resurfacing, something that can be a challenge, because in the past, I would let this destroy me. But now I say, okay, this used to make me feel a certain way. Now I look at it as just a thing, and it doesn't affect me in that way anymore. Doubt is an emotion and a feeling that could creep in, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change any of the work you're doing. It's simply just something you're observing, and you could observe it, feel it, and then say, oh wait, I'm not that person anymore that gets controlled by doubt. Doubt doesn't even have to exist as anything threatening to me if I don't want it to. And it doesn't have to, guys. That's the thing. The only things in our lives that are threats or that make us go backwards are things that we tell ourselves are going to make us go backwards. So let's say you planned this big dinner party with a bunch of friends. I'm giving a random example. And you had this whole vision in your mind of how it was going to go, and all these friends were going to show up, and everyone was going to have a great time. And you had this all planned out in your head, right? And then the party ends up not being what you thought. Maybe people flaked last minute. Maybe some people weren't in a good mood. Maybe some people didn't show up. Maybe it just wasn't what you envisioned in your mind. And then all of a sudden you start to say, who was I to ever think I could have this amazing dinner party? Look how it actually turned out. Who was I to ever imagine it could be what I thought? But when you really think about it, there were parts of that party that were exactly what you thought. The party happened, you made something happen that you really wanted to happen. It was something that existed and happened. And if you really hold on to the positives and you say, okay, this was different than I thought, but I did did do what I wanted to do. I did host a dinner party. People came. People had a good time. Okay, maybe this person was in a bad mood, but I had a great conversation with this person. Wow, I did the thing I wanted to do. I lived out what I wanted to live out. And then the old vision and the thing that you're holding on to that, like, you know, you wanted everyone to be in a great mood and like more people to show up. That doesn't have as much power because you realize that that didn't mean anything in the first place. The whole point was you wanted to throw a dinner party, you wanted to have that experience, you wanted to have a good time with people, and that did happen. Maybe not in the exact way you thought it would happen, but it did happen. Do you know what I mean? So when doubt comes in, it wants you to think that it can control you and it has control over you and it can rule your life and it can rule your brain and it can rule your mindset. Doubt does not even have to exist. It could be a feeling, a fleeting feeling of disappointment, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, oh, that's kind of a shame. But that's all it has to be if you let it be just that. And this could be hard, guys, because we have such high expectations. When we're trying to level up and we're trying to grow and change, we look so much to the external and to things being exactly how we want them to be. Because we think if things are the way that we expect them to be, then it's proof. It is proof that we are continuing to level up. You're not always going to see proof. In fact, sometimes you're going to see the opposite of the proof. And that is a challenge from the universe for you to not let that opposite of what you thought would happen or whatever, or the proof or the experience you thought you would have, that is a challenge for you to say, oh, but that doesn't matter. Because I still know that I am becoming the person I want to be. I still know that I'm leveling up. I still know I'm doing the work. So if something happens that's a little disappointing, it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with you. With where you're actually going energetically, with how you are becoming more confident, going after your goals, changing yourself, changing how you want your life to look each day. I'm speaking out loud on a rooftop, guys. There's nobody here right now. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon. There's no one here. I have this whole rooftop to myself in the sun, making a video for you guys. This is like euphoria for me. You know where I was last summer? I was in a very unhappy living situation and I didn't feel safe in my own home. And I felt like when I made videos I had to whisper and like hide in a ball on my floor or on my bed. This is the complete opposite. But you know what? It didn't just happen like that. It took a lot of ups and downs. This is how it works. This is how the energy flows, guys. It flows like this and then eventually it goes like this. There's a lot of people talking about how this works, guys. You need to understand that when your life is like this, and then all of a sudden it's like this for a while, you cannot let that ruin anything. You can't let that being down ruin the fact that you're still getting higher. You're still going that way. Even if it doesn't look like it, you are. And then eventually you will start to see the proof. I want my videos to be seen around the world. And I want my main job to be making content. I'm not there yet, but I manifested my dream apartment. I used to be really, really unhealthy in lots of ways, especially physically, and now I'm in really good shape and amazing health. I have blessings in my life. I have proof of the things I've worked for. I don't have everything I want right now, but I have a good chunk of it, and that's how it works. So don't let doubt or feeling like you're having bad luck or whatever send you back and make you doubt that you're not in the same frequency and still getting to where you want to be, because you are. It doesn't have to have any power over you unless you let it. Please remember that, guys, okay? That's what I wanted to tell you today. Now we're gonna head over to the cartoon where you will meet Clover Space Alien Girl. Her name is Clover Nova. I literally just made that up right now. I didn't have a name for her. That was totally spontaneous. Her name is Clover Nova, okay? And she has a message for you guys, so enjoy. Bye. Okay, spill the tea, Diva. I know you said you had a rough day, so what happened?
It was like awful, girl. It was like one thing after another. I couldn't find a parking spot. Even my own local barista couldn't even get my coffee order right, and I go there every day. It was the worst.
But you're a Clover. Aren't you supposed to always be lucky?
And you're a human, so aren't you supposed to be doom scrolling social media every second?
Okay, fair.
It's just annoying. It's like not everything in my life is always going to go right, and just because I'm a Clover, if things go wrong, people look at me weird. You know, like, give me a break. That does sound like a lot of pressure, but trust me, girl, I have days like that too, and I just have to remind myself that it's just a crappy day. It has nothing to do with me. I guess you're right. Maybe a lot of this might be pressure I'm putting on myself. I never thought of it that way before. You know where you are lucky, though? In your sense of fashion. Slay. Thanks, queen. All right, I forgive you this time.